Chennedy Carter loses her cool after ESPN ranks Caitlin Clark over her. However, her antics might come back to bite her. The WNBA has been more popular than ever, thanks to the elite rookies that made their way to the league, spearheaded by Caitlin Clark. However, Caitlin's transition to the WNBA has not been met positively by everyone. One of her biggest haters, Chennedy Carter, once again lost her mind after ESPN ranked Caitlin over her in their top 25 WNBA players list. Now, the list has all the heavy hitters, such as Asia Wilson, Breanna Stewart, and Sabrina Ionescu, just to name a few. Among these established stars, one name has steadily climbed the ranks, Caitlin Clark. Simply put, Caitlin has been a phenom. However, she didn't have the smoothest of starts in the WNBA. She famously started her WNBA career setting an unflattering record. She scored 20 points in her debut game, but during that game she also committed 10 turnovers, the most in a debut in WNBA history. The losses also piled up pretty quickly. However, one reason for the slow start has to be the tough schedule. But at the same time, when you are considered a legend coming into the WNBA, shouldn't you be great right away? Well, part of this had to do with the learning curve. The reality is that every WNBA player has heard the chatter for the past year or so about how this generational talent is about to come to the league and take over, and none of them want to be that team, which allows it to happen. Not to mention the fact that Caitlin essentially had no break between her last college game and her first WNBA game. Usually, a rookie either rides the bench and slowly gets acclimated to the WNBA standards, or they don't have as much responsibility as Caitlin did. Now, during this learning curve, she had a nasty run-in with Chennedy Carter, who took a cheap shot at Caitlin when she wasn't looking. Chennedy Carter seemingly shoulder tackled her for, well, no good reason.
A foul which was called. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Chennedy Carter, they called it away from the ball foul because it happened prior to the inbound. So then anybody can shoot the free throw.
Afterward, Chennedy refused to make any comments about Caitlin. This incident was so bad that you had guys like Shannon Sharp calling out the WNBA players for targeting Caitlin.
That's not basketball. Angel Reeve getting tangled up. Yeah. Angel Reese trying to block her out and she hip checks her to the ground. Yes, that's basketball. That's bull jive. That's bush league. Yeah. Now, you woman enough to check the woman and she ain't got the ball, but you ain't woman enough to answer questions?
And the NBA players also get targeted, but it's in a more friendlier manner. For example, a lot of young rookies want to dunk on LeBron James because that would be an awesome highlight clip for them. Or when Wemby came into the league, everyone wanted to dunk on him because it would be great. But no one really goes out of their way to harm or injure another player. It has been so strange to see the women's reaction toward Caitlin, who seems to be simply playing the game and not doing anything extra. And now what's weird is that Kennedy's teammate, Angel Reese, also had a nasty incident with Caitlin in one of their games. Reese was coming from behind while teammate Isabel Harrison was also going for the ball. The former LSU star seemed to attempt a block but hit Caitlin Clark's head instead. Officials originally called it a personal foul, and after a review, they upgraded it to a flagrant 1. Now, this type of thing does happen a lot in basketball because it is a physical sport. However, with it being Caitlin, many believe that Angel crossed the line and purposely struck her. Reese, on the other hand, believes that she did nothing wrong.
Can you kind of, in the flagrant, did you feel like that?
The basketball play.
Yeah, did you feel like that was the appropriate call or?
It's a basketball play. I can't control the refs. They affected the game obviously a lot tonight. So.
But it did look at it like you were going for the ball.
I mean, I'm always going for the ball, but y'all gonna play that clip 20 times before Monday?
In her post-game interview, you could tell that she was frustrated by the way that the media portrayed Caitlin. On top of that, she really had an issue with the referees, who seemed to be favoring Caitlin. Angel and Caitlin have had a rivalry that dates back to their college career, and maybe Chennedy felt as if she needed to keep that rivalry going in order to have her new teammates back. But it's not like Chennedy is a bad player or that she needs these types of antics to stay relevant. During a home game in college, she experienced something truly amazing. Her team was down, but she wasn't about to lose in front of her brothers or dad. She put her head down in the second half, and that is when her shot started to fall. They were still down 6 with just under 2 minutes to go. Her team stepped up on defense and she made a few shots, but missed a crucial free throw. DePaul's Kelly Campbell missed her shot, and Kennedy's teammate Jazz Lumpkin came up with a huge board. She passed the ball to Kennedy, and she remembered glancing at the clock, which read 10.4 seconds. She quickly began dribbling, and when someone tried to steal the ball from her, she hit them with a crossover, just like AI, and took the shot afterward. She knew it was good before it even splashed in. DePaul barely had enough time for an inbound on the next play. However, her WNBA career has been marred with controversy. The Atlanta Dream drafted her with the number 4 pick in the 2020 WNBA draft, and she produced right away despite some injuries. However, the Dream suspended her for conduct detrimental to the team. The incident began when Courtney Williams told Kennedy to cheer on her teammates from the bench. This led to an argument which escalated post-game. Kennedy reportedly wanted to fight Williams, but the veteran backed away and no physical altercation occurred. The Dream suspended her indefinitely following the incident and then later traded her to the Los Angeles Sparks for the 2022 season. Kennedy played 24 games for the Sparks during the 2022 season, which was almost the same amount she played in 2 years for the Dream. Her minutes were significantly down. The former number 4 overall pick averaged just 16.4 minutes per game and scored just 8.9 minutes per game. The Sparks ended up benching Kennedy for poor conduct. She was under contract for the 2023 season, but the Sparks opted to release her in the offseason. This led to her playing a season overseas. Only 24 years old, she decided to play professionally in Turkey. She had briefly played there after her rookie season, but left to be closer to home. There, she showed that she still had it. She excelled in this second stint, averaging 24.1 points, 5.5 assists, and 4.7 rebounds per game for Bursa Uludağ. Her play was enough to draw interest from WNBA teams, and she signed with the Chicago Sky for the 2024 season. But once again, she found herself in controversy thanks to her reckless cheap shot on Caitlin Clark. Again, her antics have distracted many from her excellent play. When she saw that she was ranked 24th, way below Caitlin, she couldn't help but lose her cool once more. She went on a social media rant where she said, "How I average less minutes and my stats top in the league, but I am at the bottom. This isn't adding up. The hate be so obvious. FG percentage as well." Now, Carter is having a stellar season with the extra spotlight that has been brought to the WNBA this summer, averaging 17.2 points per game. However, despite having one of her best seasons, Carter was not chosen for the WNBA All-Star game. But you know who was? That's right, Caitlin Clark. Basically, from the moment she stepped foot in the WNBA, she has been setting records. But we should have seen all of these record-breaking accomplishments coming. It's not like it's anything new for her. Caitlin has been raising the bar and setting new records for years now, and she'll be setting several new ones soon enough.
Several records they are within reach here for Caitlin Clark this season. She already has the rookie record for the most points created with 14 games left to play. She's on pace for 327 assists this season. That would set a league record for a season, and she's also well on her way to setting the rookie record for threes as well.
Now, the single game assist is just one of many this year. She has the record for the most consecutive point assist double-doubles in a rookie season, the most double-doubles by a rookie guard, the first rookie to record a triple-double, the single-game leader in three-point field goals made by a rookie, and she is the youngest player to record a double-double with points and assists in back-to-back games. Now, those are just the WNBA records. On top of that, she has 7 different records for the Indiana Fever. In just one short season, she has basically become an all-time great for the Fever franchise and left her mark in the history books. She leads the league in most points scored or assisted by a player this season. The likes of Sabrina Ionescu, Arike Ogunbowale, and Asia Wilson are the names below her. Talk about a legendary rookie season. She has quickly become one of the best players in the league. So no wonder Caitlin is ranked so much higher than other players in the ESPN's rankings. Kennedy can get mad at the rankings all she wants, but it's unlikely anyone else will back her argument. The reality is that Caitlin has had an enormous impact on the WNBA, not only in terms of her play on the court, but on the business of basketball as a whole. In fact, you could argue that Caitlin is too low on the list, if anything. Meanwhile, Chennedy keeps getting in the way of herself. Despite having a great year, many are only going to remember her cheap hit on Caitlin and her tirades off the court. She really is her own worst enemy.